staff turnover, unfortunately, also means that the knowledge of processes, the knowledge of information, it's lost. It goes with that staff. So having all of this information set up on a central platform means that everyone always has access to all the procedures, to all the information, and to all the tasks.
Hi, Jessica. So first of all, thank you for joining me today as we will discuss how hoteliers can leverage technology to increase efficiency when they're dealing with leaner teams. So my first question is, how can technology help hotels when they have less staff?
Thank you so much, Laura, first of all, for the invitation, and one of my favorite topics right now. Let me start by saying that one of the main ways that technology can really support hotels with less staff right now is by taking out all that extra legwork. This way, the staff can really focus on the more complex and important tasks, the ones that really bring more value. Technology also gives hotels more flexibility and scalability. It helps hotels prepare and anticipate better for the current situation they find themselves in, but also for whatever is coming next. As we've seen in the last couple of years, we've really gone quickly from a travel boom in recent years to a global pandemic to now a staffing crisis, which really shows us that flexibility and adaptability is key for any organization to succeed. And we really think that technology can provide hoteliers with the right tools for this.
And can automation help relieve staffing issues?
Let's look at guest communication, for example. What we're seeing is that guests are still in need for a lot of information, and they still want to get fast replies. However, the front desk teams might not always have the time to respond to these questions. And if they do find the time, they might not be able to do so in a timely manner. So what automation can help with, for example, is by sending a pre-stay message to all guests the day prior of their check-in with all the key information for them to know about COVID restrictions, reduced services, and so on. Another way that we've seen our clients use automation is by sending out an in-stay survey on the day of check-in with a way for guests to opt out, for example, if they don't want to receive housekeeping service. Automating your outgoing communication requires really very little setup on the hotel side, but can make a huge difference in terms of service levels. The hotels can set the right expectations for the guests prior to their arrival, personalize the experience when needed, and reach out to guests even before they've arrived at the property. On the other hand, automation can also help hotels deal with incoming queries. We've seen clients who have introduced a hotel chatbot and have been able to automate almost 80% of their incoming questions, usually covering a wide range of topics.
So, and then how can technology help to maintain service levels high when staffing is low?
Yeah, well, with technology, of course, the first thing I can think of is by setting up alerts. We've seen that by automatically creating a task when a negative review comes in, for example, that the management response rate can go up by over 46% just by automating this process. You can even create multiple alerts, for example, one for your guest relations manager to respond to a negative review, but also, let's say, for example, another alert for your housekeeping to report back to you on why someone complained perhaps about a dirty shower. So by really using our technology and filtering different types of alerts, the right people can get the necessary information to then take action. Another way is by escalation rules to alert the higher management when a certain deadline of an urgent task is not being met. As we talked about earlier as well, using the data to understand where to prioritize resources and staff. There's a way with technology that you can then look at departmental performances to see which teams or which areas of your property need more support, which areas are hurting the guest experience and the guest satisfaction the most, and when are guests requesting the most assistance, for example. So automating your communication also means that you can control the tone of voice of your communication, and you can ensure that you're always providing the correct answers in a timely manner. In the past, we've seen that there's a bit of hesitance of our clients sometimes of implementing a chatbot because of losing quality of service. But at the same time, we are recently seeing that there's an increase in negative comments regarding queuing, waiting for responses by almost 5%, and complaints of not receiving an answer, to what the guests are looking for.
So, and then finally, in what ways can digitizing operations help newly onboarded staff?
Oh, this is one of my favorite questions. So, automating processes reduces the confusion for new staff because they will always know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. For example, you can set up alerts that every time a guest review comes in to alert your guest relations staff to respond within 48 hours. The process is there, the new staff will know what to do, and they will receive it automatically. They will also have access to real-time to-do pages. It will always be indicating the staff what to prioritize next. Clear and structured processes can also help to retain new staff. Staff turnover, unfortunately, also means that the knowledge of processes, the knowledge of information, it's lost. It goes with that staff. So having all of this information set up on a central platform means that everyone always has access to all the procedures, to all the information, and to all the tasks. But lastly, we've also seen that our chatbot has helped new staff as well. On one hand, by responding, as mentioned earlier, to about 80% of incoming messages. And on the other hand, thanks to the centralized knowledge base, where all the correct establishment information is always stored and can be updated.